All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is a game we played a while back. No one survived. It was a really fun game at the time. There has been some changes, of course, since the game we've been last playing. I figure I'd show you some of the changes and things. I just did a couple of I just did a little bit. I'm in like the first year of winter and everything, and I just want to show you things. So there is now professions, as you can see. We start with, if you choose a police officer, you start with a police clothing, and your gun condition is plus 25%. It is a nice thing for things to have. I chose the police profession because I was wanting to get the armor early on. Basically, the clothing is pretty good for armor. You're gonna have to get some clothing come summer. Get some lighter clothing because it is a pretty minus heat resistance on the clothing. There is now a size bonus to your character. Basically, there is a slider. In fact, let me show you. I could go to new. There is a slider in here called body type. The body type affects your deal here, your weight bearer, melee damage, and things like that. This is the middle of the road, which means nothing is good, nothing is bad. If you go down, you get less weight carrying, less melee damage, but you get speed and stamina recovery. Going up goes the opposite direction. You get weight, you get melee damage, you get less speed, less stamina recovery, basically. Things like that. There are now also attributes, kind of think of this like the traits from Project Zomboid. Basically, you have a number of points. You go negative or zero, and you can accept the character. There's various things like clumsy, which is noise, and drunkard, which actually lets you drink more water from beer alcohol things. And there's genius, which gives you read experience plus and things like that. And then there's the professions I was talking about. I started as a police officer. It actually let me have 2 extra points starting as the police officer. Like I said, it gives you a police clothing, which is pretty defense oriented, and you get plus 25% gun condition. There is a farmer, which you start with level 3 agriculture, which means you can get into farming a lot earlier. You also gain agricultural experience. You gain it quicker, which since you're already level 3, you don't really need that. You need it for the greenhouse. It would help you there, but as soon as you find book 4 and book 5, you no longer need it. Especially if you choose, it's wasted basically. So I'd kind of say the experience gain stuff is not that great. You also come with 4 sets of seeds and 2 chickens, so you can start farming and stuff. Sumo Wrestler gives you initial physique and strength, which means melee damage and health. Protein and carbohydrate consumption, though, is plus 20%, so you eat more. And your speed is minus 10, which is your slower. Doctor gives you plus 1 medicine, and medicine effect plus 15. Kind of useless. Not gonna lie, you can just find a book, level 1 book, and you'll be at medicine 1 and like 3 or 4 reads of it. And medicine effects, you don't need that really. The Explorer starts with a steel sword, heat resistance, cold resistance, and scratch resistance plus 20%. So this will give you a bunch of things if you wish to start with the weapon and things. Engineering gives you plus 1 engineering, and building resistance plus 30%. I think this is if you get hit by like if you chop down a tree and you get hit by it. I think this makes you take less damage. I'm not sure. Porter gives you conditioning plus 1 and carrying capacity plus 20. The carrying capacity plus 20 is a little misleading. What this means is you get an extra row in your little starter deal up in the upper left. I'll show you that in a little bit. Conditioning plus 1 gives you stamina and health. I think. Student, you get a backpack to begin with. You get 5 random books, but you have 5 less defense and 2 less melee damage. Patient, the last 3 are the ones with the most negatives. So student has this negative. Patience has minus 15% stamina, and stamina consumption is plus 10%. Your carrying weight is minus 13. Your speed equal minus 10%, and your infection probability is plus 20%. A little bit of a hard mode. And then if you want to go really hard, there is waste. You have 30% less stamina, 10 less speed. Search speed is minus 30%, which means you takes longer to search a container. Max health is minus 20%. Your melee damage is minus 4. Your carry weight is minus 10. And your defense is minus 4. But you start with 15 points. So, yeah. Not the greatest thing. Like I said, I did a police officer, I did middle of the road, and I chose genius, which gives me book experience. Organize, which gives me backpack capacity plus 20. Battle maniac gives me firearm experience plus 25. I get a less of a thirst rate. Don't take this. Is not like Project Zomboid. Don't take this, because the reason why thirst is so much worse in this game is because you don't have running sinks. Basically, you can't get water from a sink, you can't get water from a bathtub, you can't get water from a toilet like you can in Project Zomboid. You don't. The world does not start with water in it. You can drink any water in the world, though. You don't have to worry about ocean water or anything like that. But it's all dirty, so you get food poisoning from it. You either need to find a medicinal herb, or you need to find a gastronomic medicine. But you can also purify it with a cooking pot. You can't do it without a cooking pot, so you have to get to that point, which means you have to get to iron. It's a real struggle. You would have to basically, if you chose the one that makes your thirst go up, you would basically have to beeline to a gas station somewhere to get water quickly, because it goes down really quick. I tried a character with it. That's how I know. So don't think the one that gives you that makes you thirstier is better. It's not. In fact, I chose camel because I was so much wanting to not use as much water until I get to the point where I can get canteens. Weak stomach is basically 3 points. You're going to get food poisoning anyway. This just gives you increased chance to get it, so it doesn't matter. Fast gives me plus 5 speed, so I can move quicker. Powerful gives me weight bearer plus 10. Fragile skin gives me a 50% chance to bleed. You're usually going to bleed if you get hit anyway. Panic will food and water to bring with you at the start. This is free points, and the reason why it's free points is because it if you don't start with the starter kit in the world settings, you basically get this for free. That only affects you if you chose these to start with the starter kit. Attack turn, my trade value with merchants is minus 15%. That means things are going to cost more, and also my stuff is going to be worth less, which doesn't really, I just need more loot basically to make up for it. And then slow recovery, infection duration plus 30%. If you get infected, if you get the severe bleeding infecting thing, you can't get rid of it anyway. So this is basically, to me, free points. Because if you get infected, you're pretty much dead anyway. I've not had the slow recovery, and I have used 2 medkits and 2 ointments when I was at like 40 health. I went back up to full health, and I still died from it without slow recovery. It doesn't matter. I would choose this for the free points basically, because if you get the severe infection, I say it's basically the zombie plague. You're gonna die from it anyway. It doesn't matter. So let's go into this character. I'm going to load the world. I was going to do a series on this, but then I started the Diablo 4 thing and the Space Engineers thing. But and also pretty soon we're going to be doing Arc the Center, Survival Ascended to Center. So I kind of just passed on it. This is on the new map. There are two maps now in the game. Map 01 is the new map. Map 02 is the old map. But I just wanted to play and check out the new thing. So I eventually just decided to do this by myself and go and do the old map because I know it better. Whoop! What crashed? Nothing. Okay, so this is my base. I actually just recently added this on within the last within fall. We're in winter. It's day 31, so we're one day into winter, basically, or second day into winter. You want to call it that. I haven't added a stair yet. I have a door here, but I haven't added a stair yet to get in and out. I got a couple of windows, but they're basically blocked by uh, storage. So, yeah, not a good place for the windows. Um, but yeah, this is basically my base here. Um, I got the idea for this base from a gentleman named Badstone who does a YouTube series on this. He does a lot of survival games, so this is his basically his deal of a base. He usually takes this back porch thing here and sticks it over water to like have a little fishing pier and things. I didn't have any water, so I just put this back here to hold my my sticks and my um, sticks, planks, and logs and stone. These have just recently been increased in how many can hold. If you watch the sticks, see that just disappeared. Now watch. 1, 2, 3, and a stick disappears. They basically tripled the capacity of these things. So I actually don't need these two log things, and everything has been tripled in capacity. The sticks, the planks, the logs, and the stone. They've all been basically tripled in capacity. It takes 3 things to equal, like if I take 1, 2, 3, it it will take 3 of them before like a log appears. So the visual is still the same as it was, but now it's the other way. Let me turn that off. This is my little smelting area. I have 3 of these for smelting things. This is my smelter. Basically, I make the nuggets in here because it's free. You don't need charcoal, you don't need coal or anything. It's basically free. And then I melt the bars in this thing with some charcoal that I make from logs. A smoker for smoking meats, cooking pot. They have they have increased the condition of the cooking pot. It lasts a lot longer now than it used to. We used to just have this thing break randomly. Now there's actually a condition to it, and it lasts a lot longer. Um, this is my cart, of course. That's pretty much the same thing as it was before. These are all empty. I just haven't taken them down yet. These were my first storages, and then there was another here, and one of these wardrobes was in between these two, and that was my setup for storage earlier. This used to be a wall. Now it's just entrance to my deal. We also now have first person view. Um, don't use first person to gather resources or to or 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 run around or anything like that because you're slower. You can do combat in first person. It works great. I found that I can still do it in third person and have no issue, and things like that. So there's is you can, but you can go into first person if you want to. Just whatever you do, don't go out. Let me show you. So see how I'm moving and my stamina. Watch my stamina. Now watch my stamina here. It's a lot slower for the same stamina cost. Don't run around in first person. It doesn't work out for you. Same with chopping things. See how slow it is and how much stamina it uses. If we go out It's a lot faster for the same stamina usage. It's just faster to do it in there. But the king of first person is building. You can reach a lot further in first person view than you can to build things. So I actually did this whole thing in first person view where before I might have needed something to get me to be able to do the a higher reach to be able to do the roof. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But this is my storage. I have all my parts and things and stuff. Car boxes. Cars are a lot different. I'll go over that in just a little bit. I got a blueprint box and then my book boxes, and these are still empty here. I have an iron box, aluminum box, and a spoil box, which has all of my spoiled things or things I want to spoil because I don't have an agriculture bench yet. This is my copper, ammo and things, guns, my trade box for when I need to go do trading, tools, various tool things. Now, there is a new mechanic in this game. There is what's called rewards. Basically, you kill a zombie and you get some things. You get special things from the special zombies. I don't have special zombies on, that's why I don't have any of it. But you get pretty much zombie teeth, is basically it. And you can go to a trader and you can redeem a certain number of zombie teeth for the rewards. And there are a lot of them, mostly guns, but there are a couple other things, and I'll go over those in just a second. But this is my storage. Wardrobes are pretty much new. We didn't have these before. They're like 20 extra storage, but they're in a different, it's a little bit of a different shape. So here's my water, here's clothes. This is my medical, and this is my food. Um, but yes, and then, oh, these signs you can just place and it'll add a marker to your map. So you can just place a sign and you'll be at, and you can have it marked on your map. You don't have to build it. You don't have to spend the simple parts or the planks. You just put this down and it makes that marker for you. Don't really need, I got one here, but you don't really need one at the base because your bed is a marker itself on the map. Let's go over the vehicles. This is a really recent change, like, I don't know, last week change. And this is a new vehicle in the game that they added. This is the Jeep. They still have the regular other vehicles. They have the compact, they have the sedan, they have the pickup truck still. Uh, they all have different size inventories in the back now. This is the standard inventory size. The truck has a little bit bigger. The sedan has a little bit smaller, and the compact has the least. There is also another vehicle. It's like there's actually two other vehicles. There's a police car that acts kind of like the sedan. I think it's got the same storage as a sedan, or it may have the same storage here as the Jeep. I can't remember. And there is an APC, an attack vehicle. It doesn't have weapons on it, but it's basically an APC, SWAT vehicle, you could say. Doesn't have any weapons on it, but it's pretty big. It has a lot more storage. It has a scroll bar for the storage. That's how much storage it has. I think it has triple the regular storage. It holds like, I think 160 fuel, and it handles like a wet blanket. Right now, they just recently added, so hopefully they get it fixed pretty soon, but it handles really, really badly. Um, and things like, and also it's so big it can get stuck on things, so it's not really worth it to use it. Also, real quick, let me do Arknights real quick. Yeah, it's so big it gets stuck on debris in the road, so it's really not worth it. I would actually only ever go with the Jeep, um, or something smaller. The truck will work, but the truck uses a lot more gas than the other vehicles. Um, Now, the way vehicles work has really changed besides the inventory. There is no longer a repair button, as you noticed when we were in here. There's no button to repair. We have the fuel, which we can take out, and we have a reset location, which is if you flip your vehicle. Um, the vehicle has really changed. Any vehicle you find out in the world is completely busted. You have to get things to fix it. And here is the thing. You need tires, you need an engine, and you need a car battery. And the car battery has to be charged. Now, there are two ways to do this. You can make these parts yourself if you want to. I wouldn't. It's actually pretty bad, making these things, how much it costs and things. You have to go all the way. You have to get through this thing. You have to go through the machining table, and then you can get the car repair kit, and then you can start making the things. There's ordinary tires. It's 3 rubber, 2 copper, 2 ingots. Off-road tires, 4 rubber, 3 copper, 12 ingots. Armor tires, 5 rubber, 4 copper ingots, 15 iron ingots. But times this by 4, because you have to have 4 tires to do this. Also, while these things are supposed to be better, from what I've seen, it's not actually that much better. It's not really worth the steep increase. The armor is, I would say, there is armor you can put on your vehicles. I would say the advanced armor is worth going for, because the advanced armor, also, this is just the cost to uh, learn this. To make it is a lot more. There's a lot more rubber. I think all told together, it comes to 120 rubber for 4 tires, I think. Yeah. But the armor, I think, is worth it because the armor gives you a lot better survivability in your vehicle. The engines, there are 3 engines. There's the regular engine, there's a speed up device, which makes your car go faster but costs more gas. And then you have the fuel filter one, which makes you go, which is one that saves you gas, basically. Fuel economy, basically. Um, and the engines are the only ones that require a blueprint to do the advanced engines. But you can find them out in other vehicles. They're injured. I'll show you here. I don't have an engine or anything like that, but I've seen them out in the vehicles. But I did find 2 tires, off-road tires, which are the second level tires. And as you can see, they're pretty banged up. You can repair them. I don't think you can repair tires, but the engines you can repair with a car repair kit. You have the engine in your inventory, a car repair kit in your inventory, and you can right click the engine and repair it if your engine gets wear down. But your you can't repair the tires. You have to make brand new tires or find them out in the world. Another thing is the batteries. The batteries use charge. The battery does use charge as you go around in your vehicle. It was really, really bad. They recently did a fix for things. They improved the handling of some of the vehicles, but the APC is still pretty bad. But the car battery and the tires and things do not go down as much durability as they used to. They are actually really, really bad. You would get from one side of the map to the other, and then you would have to find new tires and a new battery. It was that bad. You couldn't really go far with the vehicle. Um, but now, the also the thing is any car battery you find out in the world. I think I have. Do I have one somewhere? Is it in my parts box? That's those batteries. I thought I had some. Oh, I do. Any car battery you pull out of a vehicle is going to be completely discharged. So how do you get around all that? Well, that's where the trade deals come in. The zombie teeth. 130 zombie teeth will get you all this stuff you see in my vehicle. That's what I did. I went and I've killed 130, over 130 zombies. And it allowed me to buy 4 tires, an engine, and a battery. All completely, totally 100% durable condition and durability. The battery was even charged. You didn't have to. You don't have to charge it yourself. And for 130 zombie teeth, it all of that can be yours. That will allow you to completely repair a vehicle. If you want the armor, I think that's like an extra 30, 15, 30 zombie teeth. There are various prices. It can be 15, it can be 20, it can be 30. I don't remember which. But yeah, it's it's okay. I would say that would be your best bet, fixing a vehicle. That's how I went through it. Is I just basically I'm at that town that we were in last the last series. This town right here with the well at it and everything. And I just basically rated this a lot. Does I have the zombie respawn rates? Let me save my game, and you can now actually see this in your game, your information, and you can change this if you wish to. My zombie respawn is at the lowest setting, which means they shouldn't respawn as much, but they still do. So, they still spawn so much that I can just farm zombies pretty much in this one town. I can farm them. I can get to 130 in probably 2 to 3 in-game days, depending on how it goes. I can go down there, kill everything. There are a lot of zombies in the head police building down there. That's like that's like about 20 zombies in there by itself, and then all the zombies wandering the town and at the hotel. If I can clean the whole town, I'll probably get like 30 zombie teeth, 30 to 45 zombie teeth per clear if I'm lucky. And that will give me, and I can do that again the same day. And that'll get me up to close to 100. And I can do it again in another day. So probably 2, maybe 3 days, depends on the RNG, because you don't always get the zombie teeth. You can sometimes get nothing. Sometimes you get the cloth still, the cloth up here, the fabric. You still sometimes get that. And then also there are special zombies. I don't have them on right now. Those would I don't think those give you teeth. They only give you their special thing when you kill them. If you wish to know the special zombies, there's a range zombie that will shoot at you. There's an exploding zombie that's you can tell it will explode because it's all gaseous. It got gas coming off of it. And then there is the crawler, and then there is, which has been in the game since the beginning. Mainly, you see those out at the military bases and things. And then there is the um, what do you call it? Um, the big zombie, the big heavy zombie. He's usually off at like motels and things. Not all of them, but the big motel things like down here, this thing would have, if I had the special zombies on, there would be a big zombie guy here. Um, and things like that. I am pretty much self-sustainable right now. That's one thing I wanted to talk about is I'm pretty self-sustainable even during winter, and I haven't built food yet. Let me get in here to my water. You can use dirty water to cook your food. You don't need things. They have changed the way that mushrooms work. They respawn really, really quickly. You can get them like every couple of days or something, so you don't actually need much. Let me split this, and I can just put this here, this here, this here, and cook it, and we get the 40 carbohydrates from this. So I'll go from 45 to 80. I can go and hunt anything I want. I have the bow, but I also have a gun now if I need to do that. I am completely self-sustainable with iron and copper at least because I have set up sites at the mines. I have a base over here at this iron mine. I have a base up here at the copper mine and things like that. So, yeah, I have pretty much everything. I can also go in here. Is there anything? Not really. Okay. Um, yeah, it's a little bit different for the protein. I'm gonna need another water bottle. Also, your water bottles do not disappear when you use them in the campfire. It only hurts their durability when you drink from them. I've since learned. So if we do this, that, that, and that, and cook, I'm gonna need another water to make another one. Because this doesn't give me as much as the carbohydrate one. So as you can see, we get 15 out of that. There, 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 and cook. And one stick gives you a pretty good burn time. And if I really, really need to, I could just go, I just go looting for food, basically. Okay. And then I can just consume that. And consume that. I'm back up to 70 water and 70 water and around 70 carbs and 70 protein, and I'm pretty much fine. And there's more mushrooms around here if I want to go and fill myself up, you know. So I'm pretty self-sustainable right now. I can get through winter no problem. I think the they don't spawn as much during winter, but since I only really take from around this area, there'll be others out in the world that I can get no problem if I desperately need food. So I'm pretty self-sustainable now. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, talk about the game, show you the things. It's pretty different now, especially the vehicles. Also, whereas before when you were in a vehicle and you were going, if you try to get out, the vehicle would just stop. It would just come to a complete stop automatically when you tried to get out. Um, don't do that anymore. That doesn't work. That is actually really, really bad if you do that because your car will continue to roll and it can go down off into water. And if the car goes down into water, everything just breaks. Everything in the vehicle just breaks. You couldn't even get the vehicle out if you wanted to. So don't drive your car in the water, and also don't try and put don't try and get out while it's still running. I'll show you a little bit here. So as you can see, we're going a little bit, and if I do this, my vehicle just continues running instead of stopping like it did before. I'm pretty sure if you got in front of it when it was doing that, it would probably hurt you. Now, I haven't really tried that, but I'm pretty sure it would. Um, but it's a nice vehicle, the Jeep and everything. I like it. It gets me where I need to go. Just need to watch out for things here. And I only just got this like a little bit ago. That's when I decided I kind of want to make a video talking about the vehicles and everything. As you can see, my engine has a little bit of damage on it. The car battery is pretty fine. The tires are okay. There's not much damage to them at all. So, yeah, there's not much going on here. And then I'm down here. I can go. Oh. Pick up my arrows that I can. Um, I will say the bow is a lot better than it was previously because now you can aim it. Actually, you couldn't really do that before. Um, but um, the reason that um, I don't even remember what I was trying to say now. But yeah, throw that in there. That's 68, 71. All right. But we can go, I can now go out and loot pretty much the whole map if I wanted to. I've already looted pretty much this deal, the fuel at least. That's where I get all my fuel for my vehicle. Let's see what we got. We got some food if I want it. Beer, more beer, water. Oh, smoke. All right, and that's this place looted up. I've already checked all the vehicles and things like that. There are car alarms now in vehicles. So, yeah, do be careful if you go looting vehicles, because there is a chance all the time, at all times when you're open, when you, I think it's when you look at the thing that you're trying to open, uh, you can set off a car alarm. I don't know if I can, I don't know if when I go off here. So there's some rubber and some aluminum. I'll take the aluminum. Um, and also, it doesn't matter if you've looted it before. One can still go off. Um, one can still go off again. It's a every time you look at it is a chance for it to go off. So there we go. Alarm is triggered. That will spawn zombies around, as you can see. And also, these zombies are a little bit different than other ones. They will chase you to the end of the world. The zombies out in the world, will eventually reset and go back to their POI. These ones will chase you to the end of the world because they're set to you. Also, you have to be aware. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's supposed to be like a feature, but there's an engine there. There is a basically sometimes the alarm will be silent. You have to pay attention to the right side of your screen because the this one actually had a little bit of a charge on it. Interesting. And then this one, we can use this if we wish to. We could, as you can see, it's the fastest speed, highest fuel consumption. We could take our car repair kit and use it on this, and that will repair it if we wish to. Not sure we really want to. Storm's brewing, so let's head back to base here. basically, I just go towards the. Ooh, gotta watch out for that tree. Basically, I just go towards the deal here and then hook a right around this tree, and I should go up to my base, like right up this hill here. I don't have to worry about anything except for these big trees. It shouldn't stop me on the little tiny sapling ones. And then here we are back at base. Whoops. Back up a little bit. Alright. And it's 14 degrees right now. We're pretty good. We're pretty okay. I do have to be aware that sometimes these guys will follow me up here. Two things. I will say that people got really pissed off at the car update. Not just because the cars were pretty bad when they first did it. The other thing is when they did that, they weren't supposed to do it at that time. They were supposed to just give you a warning, but they pushed the update live by either by mistake or anyway, and all vehicles in the world disappeared. So if you had stuff in it, you lost your stuff. So, yeah, that's one thing that pretty much made people very, very mad. Is that they lost their stuff. I don't blame them for that. Do I have... I'm trying to remember where I have my mood stuff. I don't actually think... Oh, here it is. Yeah. I got it off in my water closet because I don't have that much water. Okay. Let's go and stuff this off into the food. Also, some food that you get nowadays has bad freshness on it, so do be aware of that. You may want to definitely watch your food. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show is that the cars are different. Uh, there's new furniture and things I can show you. There's this safe zone. Protect your buildings from being demolished by other players using the building hammer within the zone, so people can't mess with your stuff if you're on multiplayer. There's there's metal buildings, there's stone, there's wood and things. There's brick. Various of the housing. You have the thatch, the stone eaves, and then you have the metal glass ones. My workshop stuff, the storage stuff in the furniture. You got different beds now you can use, a chair, a table. There is a garbage bin. I actually have this. It's over here next to my thing. It's this right here. We can use this and we can throw things away if we wish to. So there's a trash can now. It's just too plastic. If you're trying to wonder how you get plastic early on, if you go and find the shoulder things. We show the shoulder lights. When you find these out in the world, if you don't want to use it, right click on it and click dismantle. It will give you two plastic and some wiring, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, there is, what else is there new that's in here? Various trophies. So if you hunt an animal and you get their head, you get you can mount them as a trophy. There's vases, there's mannequins, there's Christmas things. There's bedside tables. That's also storage. There's a fireplace. And then we have the outdoor stuff: the campfire, the shroud, the scaffold for building high, the wood fences, various other things. This down here is all to do with the NPCs. I haven't touched these because a lot of people say they're really broken. They're not really, they don't really work well. So, yeah, basically what it is there is, if you go to the map website, you can turn on the map to see bandit camps. There's one like right here I know of, and what you do is when you put the control center down, it there will be a hostage NPC in the bandit raiders camp, and if you free them, they can become your a worker for you. You have to have one of these buildings though to get them to show up, and then you can place down like a housing for them, a quarry, a livestock farm, a botanical garden, a house, canteen, medical room, and recreation room for various things. Um, there's a reindeer trailer. But yeah, they have to be close to this thing. As you see, it will fail if far from the management center. So basically, you have to build a glow community, and you can go raid the bandit camps for the NPCs. I'm not sure if there's like a limit or anything. I'm like I said, I don't know completely how this works. I just know that people say it doesn't work well. It's not a good system yet, so have to wait on that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Still, the vehicles have been pushed back. Like I said, I just got this vehicle like the second day of winter. I think I got all the parts on the last day of fall. I had 130. I wasn't concentrating on it, so I had 130 zombie teeth. Went up there, got all the parts, came back, went down to the hotel down here, saw that it was a Jeep, decided, you know what, I'll take a Jeep, put all the parts on it, went to that gas station down there, raided all the gas, came back, put it in the vehicle, and took off. And that was basically my thing. Um, you'll want a hand cart. You definitely want a hand cart because you're not going to be able to carry, even with the biggest backpack in this game, you won't be able to carry an engine, a battery, and four tires. There's no way. So basically, I would take a hand cart. You can fit everything into the hand cart, no problem. So just take the hand cart with you. I actually took a hand cart with me, went there, got the vehicle put together, got the gas in it, and then drove the car back. And then I went back down there to get my hand cart back because I wanted it for uh, ease of use for getting trees and things. So yeah, it's a process now. But as soon as you get 130 um 130 teeth, you can get you a car, no problem. You just have to get the gas at that point, and that's easy. Just go raid a gas station, basically. That's all you need to do. um if you really really concentrate on it, like I said, you can probably do it in 3 days if you really want to. If you think you're good enough to do it with the stone arrows, the first bow you can do, and a spear, go for it. If you think you can handle all of them, I would really really wait personally until you had like a little bit better gear. Um, I would definitely wait until you had the second tier bow and the iron arrows. So that means you need to be able to get iron going, iron bars and things. But that's pretty easy in this map. There's actually there's actually iron often a couple of spots near the city and right here, and then you have this whole section right here to get some iron out of, and there's other sections as well. So it's pretty easy to get some early iron if you wish to, and get all that technology and stuff done. Um, It's just right here. You just need to get the table, the planks, and then get the furnace, the brick, the smelting furnace, and then the iron. Once you get those, you're pretty much golden. Also, as soon as you get iron, you can also get your cooking pot. The canteen takes aluminum. The easiest way to get aluminum is actually cars. Open up the engine compartment of cars, and that's where you can go and get your aluminum. It takes 3 nuggets to make a bar, so do make sure you get 3 nuggets. And you'll also need a nugget to unlock the ability to make the bars, so you need actually 4 nuggets. One to unlock the aluminum, and then one to unlock one 3 to make a bar, and then that'll allow you to make the canteen. And I think the canteen is like 1 bar. Right, it's 1 aluminum ingot, so another 3. So in total, you need seven aluminum nuggets to get to the canteen. Is all you need. Do you need to unlock copper first as well? Get to aluminum. Okay, so you need to do copper before you can get to aluminum, but that's pretty fine. Copper is actually pretty easy to get. While you're looting the nuggets, aluminum nuggets, you can loot the copper nuggets as well in the vehicles. So another, just actually, you just need 1 nugget. You don't actually need to make any copper. You just need 1 nugget to unlock the ability to make the bar, and then you can unlock the ability to make the iron ingot, and then go from there. But once you get that point, you're pretty much set for survival early on. Um, that would be my process of getting to this point. Now that I've done it, it has taken me a while longer, but if I was really, really concentrating on it, I could do it probably end of spring, beginning of summer, like day 3 of summer. I could have all this if I was really, really concentrating on it and not doing anything else. Um, you do need to go and raid. I will say you do need to go and raid a gas station, not for gas early on, but for the water bottles. That's going to be your main stopping point early on. Is you need the water bottles to get your thirst, and you need it to cook. 2 water and 1 piece of meat, or 2 water and 1 mushroom is your food early on. Um, in the cooking deal, and that you also don't forget you can cook the canned food here. These canned food, you can cook them without a cooking pot. That's going to be your early food until once you get the cooking pot, you use the mushrooms and the meat. But early on, you just when you don't have a cooking pot, you just put your stick in and put your food on these bottom 3, and that will allow you to cook. That'll give you food. It does improve these by usually 10. It usually adds 10 to the carbohydrates and the protein. You don't get no water from it, um, but you do get things. So also, I'm kind of when this door is closed, the light kind of bugs because it can't. It wants to go through, but it can't, and then it does all the funny light things like that. But yeah, so it you can get it pretty early, the vehicle, if you really, really try. Uh, Used to, it was a lot quicker. You could get it by day 3, I think. If it maybe even sooner, if you just really, really go all out on it, you can get one on day 1. But what you did before was you went somewhere, looted some things. One of the biggest trade items you could loot early on would be usually you get them out of like an oven or something. It's some kind of coil thing. It's a big coil. It would take up the whole inventory length of a bag here, not tall wise, but width wise. I can't remember the name of it right now. Um, and it's worth like if you don't have minus to trade, it's worth I think like 30 or 40 trade points, and you can buy a car repair kit for that. You can actually buy more than a car repair kit for that, and you would just put that in the trunk of any vehicle you wanted, click repair, and you have a vehicle after you fill it up with fuel, of course. But it was that easy. And you could get a vehicle like day one if you really, really concentrated on it. So, but now it's a little bit more involved because you have to get all this other stuff. You have to get this if you want the easiest route without having to craft things. You need the zombie teeth, which means you need to kill 130 zombies. Uh, the zombie teeth only stack to 99. So at 99, you need 31 more teeth, and that will give you 130. And that's you go from there. It's it it takes longer, but it's still not that bad. I don't feel. I just took so long because I actually didn't really care if I had a vehicle at that point. Now I felt like I needed one to get out into the bigger world to go loot at further away places, and that's pretty much it. So, um, you just have to get to a point where you want it when you get it. I guess you could say when you know you need it, go get it. Basically, go start concentrating on it, and you'll get it in no time. 3 days at most. Um, I'm pretty sure. So it's not that bad now, but it's still a little bit of a more involved process. Um, if you want to make it easier, of course, like I said, get you a cart. It is two simple parts. Is it two simple parts or hold on, I gotta get this off of me. Um yeah, it's 8 simple parts and 15 planks. So you just need to go and get some simple parts basically. I would actually really suggest getting this so you can carry all of the stuff you redeem back in one trip. So you don't have to worry about going there, getting stuff, coming back to drop it off, then going back and getting more. It's easier just to get it all in one trip if you can get the simple parts. So I'm going to call it here. I want to thank everybody for watching. This was a lot of fun, this game, returning to it, but I didn't feel like I got so much other stuff to do. I didn't feel like I needed to do a series on it. But eventually we will come back again to do a series on this, probably on the brand new map, and we'll try it out there. And I'll see y'all then. So thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this little update about this game. If y'all play this game, I hope y'all enjoy it. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye.